All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Quiptic crossword, supposed to be one of the easiest of the week, other than, of course, the quick cryptic. And if you are new to cryptic crosswords, I do recommend starting with the quick cryptic. But anyway, let's see. This week's cryptic is set by Anto. Let's see how he is going to set this, what level of difficulty. Fire that awful person taking pictures. Ah, is it going to be a fire? Hot something, but no. Awful person, a cad, a rat. No, don't see it. A charming view that can't be seen in square, for example. Not sure what that could be. I do know, then they used to use the word aspect for a lovely view. Some house has a fine aspect. Aspect ratio. No. Time VCR editor worked to become program maker. Well, I'm thinking time is T, and then VCR editor has 9 letters. So I think we're going to anagram that, but a program maker must be a TV director, I think. Yeah. Quite resilient comic author. I'm thinking if you're resilient, you might be hardy. Yes. Is Thomas Hardy a comic author? I thought he was quite serious. And Mike did recommend one of his that I need to read. Put it on my list. No, I can't. Yeah, well, I'll leave it in for now, but we'll find out soon enough if it's wrong. Fire that awful person. Ooh, could it be that awful be an anagram of that? Not sure about that. Oh, maybe then it's going to be person taking picture. No, I'm not sure. All right, let's do one more down. Reconstruction of Paris letting gets very noisy. I'm wondering if it's an anagram of Paris letting, which is a great anagram. And it means gets very noisy. What would the 3-letter word be? No. All right, back to the acrosses. A craving to be settled. Well, whenever you see the letter or the word A, it can often indicate that you just put it in literally A, and then a 5-letter craving, and it's going to mean to be settled. No. Type of service frowned on in hairy location. All right. What is that? Frowned on? Is it like a punning double definition? A type of service could be a religious service. No. Cringed having bought drinks for about 100. Wow. Quite tricky to start with anyway. Player rings around when season is just starting. Merry something, no, player. Player rings around. I think it's going to be an anagram of player rings. Let's try the anagram helper. when season is just starting. Oh, it could be something spring, I think. Early spring, I think. Yeah. It's not a very satisfying answer because while, yeah, everyone knows what early spring is, I'm just not sure is it that cemented a phrase in people's consciousness? But anyway. Refusal to take a check for tortilla. That's a great clue. Yeah, so it could be, yeah, so a refusal, I think, is no, and that takes A for A, and then check can be CH, and, well, I don't think a nacho is exactly a tortilla, but I think it's close enough. Abusive about Victor being broke. All right, Victor is the letter V in the NATO phonetic alphabet, so I think we put a word for abusive around a V, and it's going to mean, is that broke as in having no money, or broke as in broke something? I'm not seeing it. All right, take care of appearance at later stage. I'm just wondering if it can be something like look smart, look sharp, but I don't see how that would be later stage. We often report substandard electrical leads. That's not so good. No, forced criminals to get educated. Yes, so I think forced is the definition, and I'm thinking the criminals might be cons. I'm thinking conscripted. No, I think it cons tutored, cons taught, cons forced. Yeah, maybe it is conscript, educated. I should be getting that, but I'm not. In bed, I use less energy for sex. All right, so I think inside a word for bed, which could be cot. And then I think I use less energy is just saying take away the E for energy from I use, and then that would just give you IUS. Ah, yes, and so inside cot, that is coitus. Very good. Exhaust broken by stick. Exhaust could be tire. Could it be something like the something pipe? Gas pipe broken by stick. No. Delicacy is not commonly available in dingy housing. So I think it's going to be a word for delicacy, maybe. Yeah, and the dingy housing, I think, are the outer letters of the word dingy, the D and the Y. Oh, I'm thinking is not commonly might be saying a common way of saying is not is ain't. And then I think available is simply a linking word and to make the surface read better. I think a delicacy could be a dainty thing. Not 100% sure, but anyway. Identifies, aisles to change. Well, aisles 2 has 8 letters. So if we anagram that, and we should get a word for identifies. We're going to put one of the S's at the end. Now I don't see it. All right. Taking one's time, reversing difficult racing conditions. Yes, I think difficult racing in wet weather in a horse racing course, they might say it's slow going. But I think this is going to be going slow. You reverse the two words. Preachings contain something that's for everyone. Wow. Oh, I think each is contained within preachings and each for everyone. Perhaps. Yes, and so 5 across, a craving might be a greed, and if something is settled, it is agreed. Something not working with English, chap. I'm thinking it's going to end in E for English, and it's going to mean a chap. If something is not working, it might be a dud, and that gives us a dude. Cringed must be winced. And if you have bought drinks for someone, you have wined them, and that goes about C for 100. Food often seen walking around farm. Milk something. No, I don't see that. Proving position is not right. Oh. Proving something, maybe something out, something off. No. They help stand a tent that's knocked over. Maybe they help stand, and it's a tent. Are we going to reverse 10-letter word for a tent? They help stand. Yeah, crutches of some kind, a walker. No, I don't see it, I'm afraid. All right, getting credit for touching report. Yeah, so I think getting credit, not having to pay for something at a shop, you get it on account. On is touching, and a report can be an account. Valuer calls regularly in relation to hearing. All right, every second letter of valuer calls is aural. First class date, passed without trouble. Well, first class is ace. Date can be abbreviated to D. And if you passed an exam without trouble, you aced it. A skirt that essentially limits riding. All right. So I think it's going to be either mini or MIDI. Essentially, yeah, I think it's, well, Ah, yeah, sorry. Because there's so many I's in those two words, but the six-letter limits has two inner letters of MI, and riding has two inner letters of DI. I would guess a lot of people might put in mini, as I was tempted to there, but I think it is MIDI. All right, okay, so it's not conscripts then. Forced, constrained, I think, yes. Educated, trained. And here's our exhaust, broken by stick. No. Ooh, we often report. I'm wondering if it could be a slang term for reporters, maybe particularly not reliable ones. Hacks, of course, but is there another word? Or a word for the tabloids, maybe? No, I'm not seeing it. Here's our type of service frowned on in hairy location. Oh, could it be yes, so in tennis. Well, to be honest, I never really learned how to serve overarm, so if I'm just having a knockabout with someone, I will serve underarm. But there we go. Here's our, oh yes, this was our Paris letting. Gets very noisy. Oh, how about air something like air? Oh, I know ear. How about ear splitting? Would be very noisy. There we go. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, there was that fire, that awful person taking pictures. I'm going to pause and think about that. No, I've thought about it, but not seeing it. However, I did look here and I was thinking the second word might be an angle, thinking about a square literally, and it's a cute angle could be another way of saying a charming view, and you will only find right angles in a square. All right, go art. Oh, a person. Oh, fire that awful is an anagram. I said that, but it's an anagram of fire that, and it is an art thief, person taking pictures. All right, here was our food. No. Oh, how about abusive about Victor? Let me pause and think about that one. Ah, yeah, so it's abusive, I suppose, as in being cheeky and abusing them, being insolent. And if that goes about a V, it becomes insolvent. Ooh, so now it's not milk, but yeah, I'm not sure what is often seen walking around farm. Pigs. No. Proving position is not right. I think it's going to be another ing word here. If position is not right, then it's left. Or do we take away an R for right from a word for position or a phrase? Here's they help stand a tent that's knocked over. Oh, I think it's of course, it's an anagram of stand a tent, and it's people who help. Might be attendance. Yep, I think that's it. Maybe not so good, might be worse. Ah, yes. This is a bit like the everyman trademark clue. The keyword is leads. It's the lead letters in the first five words. spell worse. All right. Proving. Oh, yeah, I think it's bearing out. You know, I think I usually hear it in the past tense. He was born out. I suppose you might say, facts will bear me out. And yeah, I suppose if your position is not right, it's wrong, then it is out. Your bearing is out. All right, exhaust. Oh, I think it might be wear down. Is that right? Broken by stick? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I'll put it in. I just glanced over at 18, and of course, look after is to take care of. Appearance is look, and at a later stage is after. All right, 11 down is really filling in. Food often seen walking around farm. It's not an anagram, I think. Yes. It's just a cryptic definition, and I was actually right with pigs. It's a specific part. Pigs, trotters. I've never eaten one, and I never will if I have my way about it. But literally, you would see that food walking around a farm. All right, this was our aisles to change that I could not work out the anagram by eye. So let's try identifies. The E must come between the T and the S. I'm thinking isolates. I don't quite see how it means. I suppose in the sense of a scientist who has identified the cause of a disease, for example, they've isolated it. I think that's how that works. Anyway, there's a couple here I'm not 100% sure on, so let's check all. Oh, wonderful. Everything is still there. All right, I'm going to head over to 15 squared and we'll take a quick look there. All right, the blog today is by SC Chua, who wishes us all a happy new year. I think I've followed everything. Wined and dined, bought drinks for someone. Tortilla-based chip, I suppose, but not too sure about that. Yeah, I think we got all of this. Dainty. Yes, ain't contained in, available in. All right. And it was. Ooh. So S.C. Chua is saying it's a triple definition for a comic is Thomas Hardy Laurel Hardy. And then that makes me feel better because I was thinking Thomas Hardy is not a comic novelist. Oh dear. Don't look at the pictures of the trotters if you're going to be having your own food. All right, what are people saying? Jeff, I've learned yet another word for sex. Well, Jeff has lived a very sheltered life down under, if he's never heard of coitus interruptus. Gladys was in the same boat as me. Why is underarm frowned on in tennis? Oh, yeah, that's, I suppose, a good question. I don't know if it's against the rules or not. Shan is saying this would have made a wonderful Monday. I think I agree with that, but I am finishing within 30 minutes, which is sort of my benchmark personally for the weekly Quiptic. So I'm happy enough with it. All right, well, glad that one wasn't too bad. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you as always for watching, and have a great day and a great week ahead.